main Andromeda session, Thursday, July 6th, 2017. And let me link the recording and also the link for
I like that. Now that I subscribe to your network, Jay, I actually get a message saying that
I'm live.
That we're live. Yes.
Nice. That's good.
Because now, since I subscribe, I'll automatically have all the videos.
I think you guys are not using the template voice session meeting notes.
That's the one I pulled down.
Huh.
I drop it right off of the main page.
So if I click on template voice session notes, it would look like that. No, it's different.
That's what it looks.
Yeah, the template's different than this.
The only thing I did now was the stuff for Sonic. Was it had for us and for Sonic, and I deleted the Sonic stuff. But that's the master docs for Sonic. The master,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure where you're getting it, but the setup is still different. Like the setup is different from the one that.
I'm getting it from the main Andromeda doc.
Okay, but see the template voice session meeting notes right here. It's the first link under important documents.
I got it from.
All right. Well, the setup was different. It has different positions and different information than it did on the template one.
It's for today in our notes doc. Okay.
Awesome.
So today.
And make sure they also get in the main Andromeda sessions doc as well.
Sure.
All right. So is anyone help with facilitation?
I can help you.
Nelly, nice. Note taking, timekeeping.
Note taking and timekeeping. Can do it.
I can also help with note taking.
I will take video indexing as well.
And we have tasks.
I also started my timer, so I can help with video indexing as well. Yes.
Okay, cool.
What about task responsibility master? Does anyone help with the task responsibility master? Does anyone want to do it?
Anybody wants to do it
together?
Hello.
I'll do it with somebody. Try.
Yeah, I mean, I can do it also. Yeah, it's okay.
So Nelly and Jay will do it together?
Yeah, sure.
All right, I'll do my best. It's very hard to, I mean, I guess we're trying to facilitate and do task responsibility master work at the same time is extremely difficult, but if no one else is willing to do
I can do it. It's okay.
All right, we'll do our best.
Hello.
Hi, James.
Hi.
Did you have a question?
I just wanted to see if I can get a task for today's session.
Well, you can sign up for anything that you want to, or all of them.
I want to be a co-facilitator with you.
Facilitation, okay. Out with.
Jorge has taken note taking, so today waiting for my.
Okay, so we also seem to have another problem now, is that the template voice session meeting notes now seem to go to Andromeda main session July 6th notes, which doesn't make any sense. So what's going on?
Why I copied it, and after I made a copy, I deleted the old name and I put in the new name. I mean, that's why I don't do anything. I did my best. I'm sorry. Now I wasted time. Not my time. Everybody else's time.
Okay, but we just need to fix this because the template voice session meeting notes should be the template So basically, I think you just accidentally changed the name of the template, I think is all that happened. I'm gonna get rid of this, and this is the template voice session meeting notes. Right, is that correct?
I don't know.
All right, well, let's make sure. Okay, so here I have the main Andromeda session Thursday, July 6th notes, and then I click on template voice session meeting notes, and it says Andromeda main session July 6th. So my understanding is that this is actually someone renamed it accidentally, and that these are actually the template notes.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm gonna change that, and then it also goes up here top. Anyway, this is a perfectly fine mistake. It happens. But we just want to make sure we keep track of our template notes so that they don't disappear. All right. All right. So we want to add in names for facilitation. We'll go over that in a second. But does anyone want to help with master document updater at the end of the session, or the session task responsibility verification at the end of the session?
I'll update at the end.
Steve?
Yeah, I'll update at the end.
I will join Steve on that.
Steve and James. And anyone want to help out with the session task responsibility verification? No. Okay, let's just move
Which one
on.
are we using? Because there are like 2 documents now.
Yeah, which one are we using?
There should only be one document. When I click on template voice session meeting notes, it says template voice session meeting notes now. And there's only one document as far as I know. Where do you guys see a second document? Try to refresh it.
All right. Could you please send the link from the document we are working so we will all be in the same page?
Well, can
please?
you send? Can you send the
it
link?
to you. Give me just 1 second.
Can you send the link and link the link to the other
Sure.
document?
That's
this-
the link.
Where's
There
the
you
link?
go.
Okay, thank you.
This is the link for the other document. But is there another document or not?
There were like 2 documents. You were working on one at the beginning, and now there's another one.
But where's the link to the other document?
And originally changed the name on it and made it back to, and that was a copy of the one off the main page.
Who sent it
It wasn't the
originally?
same one off the main page.
This is the one that you sent, Steve? The original one you sent? These are the template meeting notes. You sent the template meeting notes, Steve. I think that's what the confusion was. So you sent the template meeting notes.
Oh, okay.
No, mine didn't say template meeting notes. It said, well, whatever. We got one now. Let's just use it and not worry about it.
Okay. Okay, so
you're using the last one, the one that Nelly sent, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I want to remind everyone that the end of session, like, I mean, we're all responsible for making sure everything gets done. It's just like certain people are signing up for those tasks to kind of take it on, but it all needs to get done, right? And this is right. It's like everything needs to get done eventually. Anyways, we'll get better at it over time. I don't think we need to worry about any of this for now. So let's check in. Oh, and like one more time on the facilitation. Nelly and James, do you want to be like topic facilitators, or you guys wanted to do co-facilitation, or should I be the main facilitator? You guys want to do some other
Yeah,
form?
you can be the main facilitator. Yes.
James?
I agree with Nelly. You should be the main facilitator. Then we can do maybe the topic facilitations.
Okay, so we'll do you guys as facilitators in training and topic facilitators. Cool. All right, so who wants to do, Nelly, do you want to do the check-ins?
Sure.
Cool.
So right now we are going to do the check-ins. So who wants to start? Let's say the person who was here first, Steve.
I'm doing actually great today. I got a good night's rest. Got some stuff done this morning. Hopefully resolved as far as my fiance goes. So I'm doing great, about a 7.
Okay. So Jorge, how are you feeling today?
I'm actually feeling better. My shoulder is still in a lot of pain. I'm taking a lot of painkillers, and yeah, it makes my arm, like, I don't feel my arm, only my hand. So it's like having a wireless hand. Overall, I'm doing my therapy. I'm feeling good. Feeling like 5.5.
Okay, then we are going with Andrin. Andrin is here?
Nope.
Okay, then we are going with me. Today, my father is in town, and I had breakfast with him. So I'm feeling very happy. And with the news that I'm going to see my nephews this weekend, so I feel like 6. So James, tell us about it.
Me, I'm doing very good. I've been attending a training for API since yesterday, and it has been going very well. And I'm hoping to complete it tomorrow. So by tomorrow, I hope that I would have learned a lot of things. So for that reason, I'm a 7.
Okay. Okay, so Jay, how are you today?
I'm pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. I'm probably like a 6.5. And it's a really nice day out. I went for a walk and ate a little food, so I'm ready for action-packed.
Great. All right. Well, that is for our checkings. And now we will go for our desired outcomes for this meeting.
Whoa. I have some really exciting. Oh, who wants to facilitate the desired outcomes? Do you want to do that, James, or you want to stick with it, Nelly, or should I do it?
Sure, James can do it.
Okay.
Nelly, maybe you can assist me. I'm trying to. Okay. Okay. There. So, guys, we are the current part that we are tackling right now is the desired outcomes, and I would have if you share with me the desired outcomes that you want for us to achieve by the end of this session today.
So I have some exciting desired outcomes for today. I really want to start brainstorming our launch plan, our public launch plan. I would love to get organized and have our week's goals and schedule, and that comes from the Sonic team is super organized, amazing. To rethink our structure, or not rethink because it already exists. To maybe do some training on our global structure and transformation with our launch. And then also the other key thing is that basically we need to really get ready to step it up with the client, with Exa and others in the network. So those are my desired outcomes. It's a lot. It's actually going to be a big day. Other desired outcomes?
Yeah, I have a desired outcome, and it goes with what you said. My desired outcome is to see if we can today schedule first communications team meeting. Like people from the other teams to be there, so we have to do it at a time that'll be somewhat conducive to everybody.
Cool. And going along with that, I mean, I really want to, see us step it up and actually, start organizing all of our branches. and slash to
Yes, I will.
because I think it's good to get communications going, but it's like we really need all of the branches to be functional.
Well, okay, and as far as that goes, we need team communicators. So now I'm scheduled on every team but Atlantic that's working. So I'll be able to, do a little coordination as far as communication.
Okay. So we definitely want to do some updates.
Every main session. So all of that done while I'm there. So.
Okay, I also want to go through like some levels if we have time. If we have time, to go through levels and get more people to level 4, baby. Level 4.
Okay. All right.
Updates, goals, and priorities. OP, what's OP? Oh yeah, overall priorities.
I just got one thing, Jay. Since this is the first official week for July, we're wondering with Nelly if we could work on the monthly tracking and
the quarter too.
Yeah, in the quarter because
yeah, I mean, I think it would be concerning for you guys to ask.
Okay.
I mean, like work like more because in 1 hour we don't think we could do like the whole thing.
Yeah. So I mean, for me, the way I feel is it's like we just need to get people up to level 4. It shouldn't be that hard, and then people can do what they need to do. I think level 4 is like you can do like multiple hours on top of the scheduled sessions that you're already doing.
Excellent. So that was just my question. And since now it's level 4, so it's
yeah.
okay.
And I want to remind everyone that before like all this went down with like all these problems and conflicts and just not getting work done and stuff. I mean, people could work whenever they wanted as long as they wanted, right? We set up these new rules basically to just have people be organized. Like all you have to do is go to your main doc, write your 5 responsibilities, get them signed off, and it's like it's really shouldn't take longer than like a half an hour of like really dedicated focused work, or an hour, a half an hour to an hour to get organized and get buddy team organized. So anyways, let's definitely prioritize that and also make that a goal as well.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you guys think about this
I think it looks good.
Yes.
Works for me.
All right, I think we're good here. I think we are going to need to talk about this, hopefully, for at least a little bit. All right, so I think there's a lot of updates, maybe like 10 minutes of updates. Goals, like 10 to 15 minutes on our goals for the week. Independence levels, can be like 10 minutes. Client evolution, 10 minutes. Budget, 10 to 15 minutes. Do you guys want to do questions and training for like buddy teams, or is this not necessarily? Because it's not in the desired outcomes. America's quadrant splitting, maybe some public launch plan. scheduling and structure evolution. And that also involves the quadrant split. Cool. I think that's a pretty good thing here. How are we doing on time? Like, does this look like it's too long, or where are we at? Scheduling.
We are 22 minutes now.
Oh, I mean, like all this times that I'm putting in. Let's
Oh,
see, this
okay.
is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75 minutes. I think that just would barely fit. I don't know if we're going to get through all of this, so let's jump
Yeah, I
in.
think the wrap-up should be really short.
Well, not necessarily. Let's still check in on wrap-up at the normal time of 3:30.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but we definitely need good timekeeping. Just to remind people, you would want to time if you have a 10-minute agenda item topic. You would have a 5-minute check-in. We have 5 minutes left. It's halfway through, and then it's like, okay, there's 2 minutes left. We have 1 minute left, and now it's like time to wrap up. So, who wants to do the updates? Oh wait, I think technically James, wasn't someone doing the desired outcomes? And you kind of like step back. So now we want to, desired outcomes and topics are kind of like already together, and so you can just finalize that, and then we can move on to the next. Oh, and we had a task. Is James even here? Is he gone?
James?
He's still here.
Hello.
Did you want to finish up the desired outcomes and topics for the facilitation?
Yeah. I can do that.
Okay, well you're not doing it. So I'm just gonna take it from here because we have a lot to go through. So as far as the desired outcomes and topics, this is technically part of the role of the facilitator, but it's a little beyond just like topic facilitation, actually understanding the whole way that a meeting flows, right? Based on what you want out of the meeting. So are there any other desired outcomes and topics before we go into our first topic?
No, I think it's okay for me. I don't know if anybody else wants
I
to.
think it's okay.
All right. And then desired outcomes doesn't go here, it goes upstairs. So we already went through that. Okay. So we got lots of updates. So let's just make a quick little overview here. And this is part of the role of like a facilitator. Nelly, do you want to help with the updates section?
Of course. Right now we are going to start the update.
Let me just finish say one thing. Is like we want to try to create like a slight little like mini map of the end updates because there's a lot of updates to do. So yeah. Okay, go for it, Nelly.
Okay.
Nelly?
Okay, right now we are going to do the updates, which is the updates that we have with the client and the network and within the network.
So like the little mini map here would be like maybe we do client updates, like the network updates, the buddy team updates, quadrant, and
oh, I didn't see that one. So yeah, the client updates, the network updates, the buddy updates, the buddy teams updates, and the quadrant and the quintet updates. That's what we are going to discuss right now.
So then you want to go ahead and call on someone to start, or ask the people who have buddy teams they want to do, to add to the list.
Okay. Well, Jorge and I have some updates. Well, the thing is that we already end up the month of June, and we already end up the quarter, the second quarter. So we will start working on the value tracking of the second quarter and the value tracking of the month of June. So we will need to work a little bit more because it's a lot of work. What we don't know is if we are going to add this new information to the master ledger.
Yeah, I mean, we would add, and one of the top priorities we need to put in our goals is the, you know, the quarter blocks of the master ledger. So this would be, you know, quarter 2, quarter 1,
Yes.
quarter 2 of 2017, as well as, you know, quarter 1, 2, 3, 4 of 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So all of those need to be done. So going back to the facilitation, you kind of just like jumped into your own update. So you sort of went directly from facilitator to your own buddy team. But what you want to do typically is you want to ask, are there any other buddy teams that have updates? Write down all the buddy teams, make sure everyone gets updated.
Yeah.
And then
does any other buddy team has any updates?
I guess not. Oh, actually, Jay and Steve, we have one for sure.
What's the buddy update?
So, anyways, I would prefer to go through in order, like the client, then the network, and then the buddy teams, and then the other quadrant and quintet updates. But
okay, so let's start with the client updates.
We can do the buddy teams first since we're there. It's fine. However you want to do it, Nelly. You are in charge.
Okay, so let's start with the client updates. So anyone has any client updates?
It'd be me primarily, so I'll do that. So for the client updates, I guess the main thing here is that, and if no one's gonna take notes, please let me know and I'll do them myself. But basically, like everything's changing and transforming with the client is the best way to put it. I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen, but we're in basically this final rush for the ICO. It could happen in a month. It could happen in 2 months. You know, we have a big budget. You know, we oversee the budget ourselves. There's a huge opportunity here to really get, like, you know, more funding. And there's so much work to do. It's just unbelievable. Like the amount of tasks that got put on my shoulders in just the last 2 days is just like more than what we've already had to do for like the whole rest of like the month. It's just absurd. So, you know, and so we have a lot of justification to ask for more relations. Just has to be a priority or we can't justify it, you know. And then obviously also you have recruitment, but yeah, I mean, I think that basically for me today is a major turning stone because the client is asking us to really go into the next gear. We need to really get moving things forward at a lot faster pace and really just finish things. You know, we need to focus on deliverables. Focus on deliverables big time. And we just need to get it all done. And we need to stop thinking about ourselves. You know, it's like it really shouldn't be about ourselves. It should be about the fact that this is bigger than any one person or even any one team. And just start recruiting the hell out of it. We need a lot more people to be involved, and we need to pay them to be involved, and we need people to step up and get more active too, and maybe consider paying people more to do more time and stuff like that. But overall, I mean, just the basics here is that we have stepping in for this month. You know, I think we could definitely ask for more potentially. There's a $20,000 international organizations budget that's been created that we basically have access to as well. And then there's also potential for tens of thousands of dollars for like communications and grassroots outreach, which I think we were very well suited for if we made a proposal, right? So, you know, I mean, I feel like, and then we ourselves have, you know, a few, like $10,000 or so of our own money that we can throw at it. So, I mean, I think that it's just like, it's go time. I think that's pretty much it. All right, check. Maybe I could just go right into the next update with the quick one on the network.
I'm sorry, I cannot hear you well, and I cannot write.
Can you guys hear me?
With an echo.
Yeah, there's feedback over there.
Someone must need to mute. Let's see, who is it? I can't tell who it is. Maybe, hello? Oh, there we go. Now it sounds better. Right, no,
Okay.
still echoing.
Yeah.
Hello? I'm still getting
Yeah,
the echo in there.
it's okay.
Maybe it's you,
No,
Jorge.
that-
Why don't you try muting, Jorge?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yes,
Okay,
it's better.
okay. We figured it out. All right. So, anyways, I'm going to go directly into the network update real quick. We'll talk more about this later, but basically, we need to evolve our structures. The key thing to think about, that's the most important thing to understand, is that we are a single global core team. Period. We need to start functioning as a single global core team. And eventually we're going to be going 24/7, and it's called handing off on. So we hand off the baton to the people who come after us, and it just keeps going all across the world, nonstop. In the focal point for the global core team is the full moon and new moon. And so it's Sunday at 4 a.m. UTC, 4, 3, 2, 1, 12, 11, 10 p.m. America's time. Check. And I think we're gonna go through the new structure as well with the quintents. And there's the new position for the I don't know, the main administrative, like.
We got like 2 minutes left for this update.
All right. I'm done on that. Steve, do you want to update on the documentations system, or do you want me to do that, or? Steve even here? I think you might be muted.
Steve?
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was still on mute.
Either way, Nelly,
Right.
you're as a facilitator supposed to call on the buddy team. So I kind of stepped in front of you there.
Yes.
As most of you know,
So let's let Nelly
I've been
practice
working
here,
on the
Steve.
virtual
Hey,
document
Steve,
system for
can you
our
stop?
links.
Steve, hello, Steve.
I've
Steve,
sold what I've done to some of you. Me and Jay
Hello.
got together yesterday and tweaked it a little with some vocabulary changes to make it a little more self-explanatory. As a matter of fact, I'm going to link it to this page. I have to open it up to get the link, so I'll link it to this page for anybody who wants to look at it. It's by no means even 100% done, but over the next week or two, working with other team, working in my budget, we'll get at least the majority of what we need in there to make it a simple beginning for the documentation system. Not by any chance a main documentation system, but at least a simple, filing cabinet or drawer, so a cabinet where our links can be found in one place. Anybody who wants to help is more than welcome. I know I have somebody team scheduled to do that, and we will get it done. It is working slowly but surely.
Great.
And just to add to that, basically for me,
That's it for that.
So just to add to that, basically for me, the most important part is the vocabulary. So just to really quickly go over the vocabulary so that we have it in the notes here, which is over here. So this is the documentation. I call it the virtual file system, right? Here, it'll be easier. So a folder is within the Google Drive, right? And that was one of the things that was the most confusing that I didn't understand before. We all agreed that a folder, when we talk about folders, they're within the Google Drive, and you can put actual files in folders. Everything about docs, when we talk about docs, they're basically secondary docs. Every project has a doc, every organization has a doc, but when you have organizations, it would be a primary doc, right? Or we call the main doc. And so every organization, entity, or program would have a main doc, whereas everything else is just like a normal doc. For example, the budget doc, every organization will have its own budget doc. So you would never call a budget doc a main doc because every organization has it. You have projects. Projects are basically, all projects have docs, right? But then teams and projects, although they have their docs, you also are these, what we call these cabinets and drawers, right? So with this new documentation system, basically every team could have its own cabinet. So in this case, we have the global full team documents virtual cabinet. So a virtual cabinet is basically a whole bunch of virtual drawers, and each virtual drawer will have links, which are kind of like the files. And the main difference is that, you know, it's organized pretty broadly so that you can really see the links, and it's only links would ever go into the virtual drawers and virtual cabinets, whereas the actual docs can index actual information and processes and systems and all the actual written information as well as other links. And eventually we'll have rooms of cabinets. And we'll have multiple cabinets within a virtual room.
Okay.
Yeah. Nelly?
All right. So does any other buddy team has any other
Time out for updates.
Any other update? Hello?
No, I guess that was it.
I think we're good.
Okay. So then we are going to the quadrant and quintet updates.
I can represent Sonic. I mean, the main Sonic session on Wednesday morning was amazing. It was probably the most organized I've seen any team get ever, and it just was really great to see. And they were like pretty stoked, and yeah, it's looking really good. And I think we should use that template and work from it, and basically, you know, get into the mind frame. Or the Andromeda team and the Sonic team are really like one part of the same team. You know, they're just like a sub team of the global core team.
I think you should point out that the main problems in the Sonic team were not there. That makes the Sonic team work much better.
Sure.
Okay, so we have any updates on the Atlantic team?
That's kind of you, Nelly.
I guess that would be me too. I mean, I think basically only Sonic people showed up for the Atlantic team. Specifically Lucy and I think maybe MSC, but also Abdul are very interested in the Atlantic session, which is great. So unfortunately, they just aren't particularly like engaged in getting organized and getting their independence levels up. So the Sonic team is just not very independent. But once the Atlantic session gets more active, I think they'll be very involved. Check. In the Pacific, I don't think we had a Pacific.
We still don't have any updates on the Pacific, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. All right. So then, Nelly, you just say if there's any other updates, and then we can move on.
Okay, we can move on because there is no other update. So
well, it's the opposite way around. It's are there any other updates, right? So the facilitator doesn't try to force it. It's just like, are there any other updates? And then if there aren't any, then we move on.
Are there any other updates?
Not from my buddy team.
No. Okay, then we will move on to the next topic. All right.
So who wants to do this one? Does James want to do it, or should I do it, or?
James? It's goals and priorities.
Me?
You can go on. I'm having a problem with my headphones for now. I'm trying to fix it.
Okay, all right. So I guess I'll do this one, okay, Nelly?
Okay.
All right. So this would be like the goals and priorities section that we want to go over. I think it might make sense to just go ahead and start with the Sonic session goals, because I thought they did a really good job, and we might as well work off of theirs so that it is, we combine efforts. Why waste time? So let me just review the Sonic team's goals real quick, and then we'll just do a round and update it all and get it all planned for the next week. So these are goals for the next week.
Okay.
For this week, right? Until our next Andromeda session. Oh no. I didn't copy and paste the most important thing. It's very silly. All right. So let's see here. The Sonic weekly main session. So the main outcome basically is like a list of priorities from the Sonic team here, which is excellent. And then they also created like a schedule of all of the different of like what happens day by day. And this was basically the list of all of the priorities. Presentations, finances with EXA, FQN finances, and doing training on this, and then the client relations, which I talked to them about as well. And then of course there's like the whole timeline of everything happening over the week. And there's the umbrella of EXA finance report, the recruitment, all the other priorities, FQN value tracking, our own value tracking, and then getting the Australia team set up. Personal report, yeah. So those are what yeah.
Sketch workshop.
Okay.
So that's the update from the Sonic team, and a lot of these are applying to us, but some of them don't, right? For example, obviously we're not going to be doing the Australia team, right? That's not really applicable to us unless people wanted to. But we might replace that with like the Atlantic team, right? So, yeah.
Okay.
So who would like to go first?
Let me check.
For the Andromeda, you mean?
Yep, for Andromeda team.
Okay.
Next week.
I think that for Andromeda, one of our main goals this week should be do the monthly value tracking, because we have some people that are missing that haven't sent their value tracking for the weekly, like Anna. And we have some others. Andrew, I believe. Zachary has done some. So we have some people that have zero. And Anna have had some problems, like going in and out from the hospital. She hasn't done any value tracking. So I don't know how we can help her.
Well, I don't think Anna is particularly involved right now because of her health issues.
Yes.
So yeah. Let's stick up more on the general. But again, this isn't a time to like go through in detail unless there's like major issues. But we just say exit monthly value tracking is a goal. Another goal obviously is
and the quarter.
exit quarterly value tracking and verification, and then obviously.
And also, we would like Jorge and I to have training with you to do the squared, the quarterly square, because we don't know how to do it.
Yes, exit value squared. Great.
Actually, I started reading the document about the process for square value tracking.
For the square. We have like the process, but we still don't know how to do it.
Cool. And there is a new doc and new format that we have ready. I think that will help as well. Let's see if we have it here. To link. I don't seem to find it. Maybe I'll check the Andromeda doc. All right. Are anything else, Nelly?
I think that's important for this week, as well as we still need to do the verification for the lunar sessions.
So what do you mean by the lunar sessions? You mean for this? Or the next couple weeks?
No,
or?
we already did the new moon and the following new moon and the full moon. Those ones are already verified. Your verification, because they need to be double checked, and they need your verification. And
they don't necessarily need my verification. I'm not sure exactly where you get that. Nothing necessarily needs my personal verification.
Well, or someone else's verification, like to be double checked.
Yes, exactly. It needs to be double checked. But that's very different than saying I have to do it.
Okay, needs to be double checked by someone else. That it's not us.
I will gladly do that.
Thank you. Then what else? I think that's the that's the only thing. Calendar and scheduling needs to be double checked. What else, Jorge? And I think we are missing one new moon and one full moon, and that's it.
Correct.
It's also calendar and scheduling, and that's it.
Okay.
We are on September the 6th.
And generally speaking, I would just stick to 2, right? Just do the next one and the one after that. So just with every single session, just we don't have a lot of time to spend on that, but
yeah.
Cool. Very good. All right. Anything else, Nelly?
I think that's it for this week.
Anyone else? Jorge? Steve?
Nope. For me, that was it for my body team, and we pretty much. It's pretty much what Nelly said. We already talked about this before, so it's cool. Yeah.
Steve?
I'm good.
Huh. All right. Well, I can. Is anyone else here? Like James? How about James? And then I'll go.
Hello.
Any goals for the next week?
No, me, I'm set.
Yes, I have goals for the next week.
Oh, do you want to say them so that we can all be accountable to our goals and all know what we're doing?
Yes, I apologize. I was about to.
Okay.
My goals for the next week are to actually get some training by either Nelly or Jorge or you on value tracking, so I can take some of the load off and do some of that also. Because I still really don't. I mean, I can do part of it. I can do the quarterly, the estimated tokenizations and stuff, but I have no idea how to do the actual value tracking. And at this point in time, we're long enough in that it's time that somebody should take, or I need to make the time with somebody so they can actually, show me step by step so that I can help out with that, since it's a big part of what we have to get done. That's my personal, goal.
So, I mean,
get some guidance.
One option is always, we have all of the value tracking trainings all recorded. So that's definitely one thing, is that we could get you the links to those. The other thing is, I would say in general that, you have so much talent in helping with like the budgets and like the specifically the blocks, like getting the blocks set up, ledger. And for me, that's just like way more important to get the deliverables done. Like the value tracking itself is not a deliverable, and it's just like, I would say it's better for you.
I'm just trying to make everybody's life easier by giving a little more help, but that's fine. I know I have many other talents. Thank you for making me feel good. That was my only goal, with that, to get the communications team set up in some way, shape, or form over the next week. I'm going to pop in on every team and see if I can come up with a time that everyone can probably make. And see if I can get some people from each team, because the communications involves every team. So I got to try to get at least one person who can, come in and maybe help us set it up and see what everybody needs. What needs we can meet for them. That's it for me.
Cool. But I think it would be good to do some general training on value tracking and sort of just like, the master ledger and getting it all like wrapped up, done. And this also includes value squared. We definitely need to prioritize value squared. I really see if I can find that form. Oh, here we go. This is it. So this is a new form that we want to outreach and try to get every single person to have at least one value squared item. It also goes over like the structure of value squared. Basically, who is doing the value, what is the title, or like, the vocabulary phrase, so that we can describe it, because if it doesn't have a title, it's hard to give it value, right? And then you're gonna have a description. What is it, what went into the outcome, how long did it take, the process, just like a little bit of information about the actual work that was done. And then the actual link, the estimated value. This is the most important part, is the actual estimated value. Is it worth $10? Is it worth $100? Is it worth $1,000, or what, And then the percentage of the work done if someone only contributed like, half of that particular deliverable. And then the date, time frame of the deliverable, so we can equate it with the month and put it into the master ledger based on the quarter blocks and any other costs. So that's all we need. If we get that, and it looks like we actually have somebody who's starting to respond to the deliverables. So we want to get this. This helps get it into a framework that's easier to work with, instead of just the name. Like, because right now all we have is like a link, right? And we need a lot more than just the link.
Yes.
Okay. There was a spreadsheet, and I created a document for the process just in case you want to review it. It's in the Andromeda team doc.
Okay. I would also go ahead and just link it here, but the form you can add to that as well. Cool. So.
Okay, guys, we have 2 more minutes for the 15 minutes for this.
All right, well, I think we might need to add another 5 minutes. Is everyone okay adding another 5 minutes on this?
Okay.
So, so this looks good. This is quarter. Do you guys feel pretty good at quarterly value tracking, or do you think this needs more?
No, I mean, for quarterly value tracking, we're taking the information from the monthly, and for the people which is reporting on a weekly basis, we take those averages for the monthly, and then people who reports monthly, we take those and we commute them on the quarterly. So
Okay, well, I just want to make sure you guys are good on it. Otherwise, we should plan on doing some training. So we have to prioritize the exit finances and taxes as well as FQN finances and taxes. Like, I don't know how to get that done. Oh, and then we have recruit. So recruitment was Andrine, Asif, Steve. I mean, I think we kind of need to get everybody on recruitment. I was thinking maybe
we are doing recruitment in the Pacific team.
Yeah, so, but I think we need to really step up recruitment and get it more active and involved and get everybody involved in it. And we're also,
okay, I will work recruitment in the Andromeda team, of course.
Sure, yeah, let's just do our best with that. And this also involves some training. We need to prioritize recruitment training.
The only problem is that we are only doing recruitment, email recruitment. We are not doing outsourcingly or Skype.
We are doing all those things. You're just not involved in it. So we just need to get more people involved in the Outsourcely and the Upwork and like outreach. And we're talking. Even Steve has been talking about doing some like, oh, this is part of like our public launch plan, right? We need to do our public launch plan and make sure that we're doing outreach. Like we can do outreach that includes recruitment because as we outreach, we can fundraise, right?
Hello, Jay.
Yeah.
I have a question. So when you're saying that we should focus on some platforms like Outsourcely, do you mean that we can use our Outsourcely accounts to post jobs or?
No, that we have an account. Like we have like a business account. Yeah, to post jobs and stuff. Yeah, but yeah, we use Outsourcely to post jobs as well as like Upwork and other, and then doing outreach and stuff like that. And then, we also have the local recruitment, right? So there's 3 levels of recruitment. There's global recruitment, there's Americas, and then there's like local HQ. Those are the 3 levels of recruitment. So these 2, we primarily use Outsourcely. Seems to work pretty well, and then this one is like Craigslist, etc. But it's not working. Right, it's a huge problem, and we need help with this and get our local recruitment going. And I've been somewhat in touch with. We have Natalia, but it would be good to get more help with that. But I have been in touch with her, and it's just we haven't connected yet.
Jay, just one little but big thing. I think that we should plan for next week some kind of training for exit finances and taxes.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. This needs to be like a huge top priority, and we need to get more people involved, and we need to train them all because it's just so much work.
All right, thank you.
Definitely, and I don't think we should wait until next week. I think we need to do this in buddy teams as well. We need to do lots and lots of training on finances and taxes and stuff.
Yeah, we definitely need to do that.
Let me just think for a second here. Oh my God, are you kidding me? The budget. The budget. Super key. Yeah.
The budget is kind of important, yes.
And then the only other thing I say, I think we just really need to, this is part of the outreach and recruitment, but basically we have elections. We need to basically, launch the new evolved updated structure for the global network, and really just schedule the quintet main sessions, and then also for help. I guess we can't do it because we only control the Americas, right, as the Andromeda team. But we can help quintet schedule their main sessions. Involves getting the new quintet structure set up. not the quintet schedule, the quintet schedule. So we have a current quadrant schedule. We need a new schedule for the quintet. And then we already have done some elections, so we're ready to go on this. See who wants to be in this position. So I think that's everything for me.
Yeah, that's good for me. I was just I just want to add that part about taxes because I think it's quite important.
Oh, and the other super important thing that is just essential is like the client relations. We need to prioritize that, and then we also need to prioritize, and this includes the billing, you know, the planning, the reporting, all that stuff is just way slacking. And then we also need to prioritize this whole international thing. Right? It looks like we might even go with the Swiss Foundation. This is all for the client, right? So EXA International Organizations. And there's this new, I think I sent it to you, Steve. I don't know if you got it, but this new comparison chart that we're working on. Comparison chart. There's lots of legal documentations. So like, you know, health day with legals for EXA. It's just a lot. So anyways, I would say just in general, when I read this list of things that need to get done, that we probably need to double the number of people. And we should be doubling our budget. Like we need to do client relations. We need to ask for more money. Have you guys, I mean, I have a question for you guys. Do you guys think that we should just like push this and get more money or not? Because like we could easily get more money right now if we just actually get organized and push it a little bit. But it's like we need to want it. You know what I mean? Because we have have enough money already. What we currently have.
How do we do it?
Get more money?
Mm-hmm.
We just need to like justify it and be organized and like start doing things and recruiting and like just make it happen.
Okay.
You know, so like right now we have a plan and a bill for, right? We're asking for 7,000 a month, right? So we need a plan to ask for 8,000 or a plan to ask for 9,000 or 10,000 or like I could see us easily creating like a $3,000, outreach and media plan, right? And then get money for that. But then we need to hire a bunch of people and get, like another thing that I think we should consider doing, and I don't know what this would be. Maybe it's just a topic discussion. So it'll be topic discussion is discuss, getting the rest of the FQN community network involved in the EXA launch, right? For our client. And so WorldPlay, right? Let's pay WorldPlay $1,000. Let's pay Reset, $1,500 bucks, right? Let's pay, another world. We could pay them. Maybe they could get involved for like $1,000 or a good cause group, right? So the idea is if we paid people money, they could get involved, and we could broaden out the workload because it's like a lot for just us,
Mm-hmm.
And then we can ask for more money. Be like, look, we're spending all this money. We need more money, right? We already have a budget. Like, okay, if we're asking for $7,000 in our budget, right, and we're budgeting $7,000, that means that we're doubling that, $14,000 to the client, right? So anything that we ask the client money for, we are doubling it. So technically, with the $7,000 client bill, our budget should be $3,500.
Just a reminder, we are 3 minutes behind.
Okay.
But this seems to be important, so I haven't said.
Yeah. So we should be $500 of work time and be making, because I mean, the whole idea here is not to scrape by and actually lose money, right? We need to be making money as a business and running our own business. So if we're spending more than $3,500 on the client, we're losing money, right? So right now we're budgeting more like, $15,000 plus, right? So it's just crazy to think that we don't have justification to get more money, but we need to actually push it,
Yes.
So I think we could definitely get more money, but we would need to like budget it and make it work and actually I mean, one of the things that I've been talking about for months since the very first meeting that me and Jorge and Nelly and Isaac were at, right? And I'll say it again. And I'll put it up here. We need to schedule a FQN and EXA meeting. I mean, it's just crazy. Like, how easy would it be for us to just spend 5 minutes right now, schedule a FQN EXA meeting, invite all of EXA to come, and talk about how we collaborate together. Justification, and creates value to be able to build our interconnections and actually make more money. You know what I mean? And it's been 3 months and we haven't done it.
Sure.
And it's been on the list to do for 3 months.
I think that justify that amount of money with budget that we have right now because I think that's the only way that we can think like out of my head, like at the top of my head, I would say we can increase hours. If we can increase some hours, we can increase some of the budget, but not all of it. It's like a lot to be covered. That's like some kind of brainstorming with some of guidance that you could give us, Jay.
Yeah, so increasing hours can help somewhat, but it doesn't help enough, right? So I mean, we can already pay people to do output, right? So if people actually finish something like a block of a master ledger, we can pay them for it, right? So, but we need to still hire more people. There's just too much work to do without hiring. And I think that we should basically assume that we're going to get more money and just start working that. It might not come in this month, but it can come in next month, So we can plan ahead and ask for $10,000 next month, but we have to hire the people and get people organized and working because it needs to happen now. And remember, we control all the money, so it's not like, yeah. So anyways, overall, I think we're good. Let's move on to the next topic. Do you want to do it, Nelly, James, or do you guys want me to do it, or where are we at?
Okay. Right now we are going. Okay, go ahead, James. Sorry.
And just so we know what we didn't do here is we didn't really cover the like the day by day schedule in finalizing our top priorities. But I mean, I think it's fine to move on at this point. So we won't be as organized as the Sonic team, but that's okay. We have more going on. Priorities for the team and get them prioritized and everything.
Okay. Okay, the next topic that we are going to cover is the independence levels. And as we know that the independence levels of the members of the FQN team was introduced recently, and our goal is to make sure that everybody gets to be at the level 4, which is the top level.
I just would say that
then you can continue.
That's not necessarily the goal. We want to get more people. Getting everybody to level 4 would be impossible and not really make a lot of sense. But yeah, get as many people as we can.
Yeah. Okay, Jay, you can carry on. You can.
Okay. I'm just pulling it up right now.
Okay, there it is.
So we could start with me briefly. I am ready to start getting proposed to level 5. I mean, I think that it's perfectly fine to start thinking about that. But my main doc's good. My availability schedule is good. My list of responsibilities is good. I'd sign off to do it and more, and then some. The HR proposal is good. The buddy teams are coming along even more so. There's about 5 buddy teams. They're getting more or less organized, but maybe it's like a 74% still. Maybe they're not perfect, so we can keep it yellow. So that's the only reason not to put me into level 5. Recording, yes, I do recordings. I do master note scheduling. I do master document updating and all that kind of stuff. All right, so Nelly. Okay. Melly has a main doc and it's linked here. Let's check her availability. Oh my God, this goes to Steve. How does that happen? I click on Nelly. Oh no, Nelly. Oh, here's Nelly.
Yes.
All right, so here's your availability: America sessions, Pacific sessions. What about Atlantic sessions?
I do have availability for Atlantic, yes.
So some Atlantic sessions. So this would be a little bit of, might want to have a little more clarity here.
Yeah.
And then also, I think it's important to know America sessions is Monday through Friday. Pacific sessions are Monday through Friday. Yeah, and then Atlantic, there's like the Saturday, and then there's also Tuesday, right? Okay, so that's the availability schedule. Yes, list of responsibilities. We have exit value tracking. So exit value tracking, this is too broad. I mean, there's like 10 things here. So I wouldn't sign up for that. I wouldn't sign off for this. So list of responsibilities is there, but we're not signing off on it yet. But let's see what we can do.
Okay.
Let's go through them. So this needs to be, so value tracking, let's just at least start with one, right? We know you know how to do monthly and weekly value tracking.
Quarterly as well.
And quarterly. So technically that could be 3 right there.
Yes.
Okay, so just to make you guys understand how, like, I mean, this isn't rocket science, right? It's just like documenting the fact that you know how to do 3 very, very important responsibilities. Payroll support. You know what I mean? I feel like for payroll support, you're really close. Like I would say it's 65% there. But I've been having a lot of problem with the payroll support, but it's getting better with the new verification spreadsheet. So I think you'd be able to do it, but on your own, I don't know if you'd be able to do it on your own, but it's close. Do we have something that's right next to, I guess yellow is green, so we'll make this one orange. So you're not very close on the overall value tracking. And this would basically be a project. You see what I'm saying? This is a project and not a responsibility.
Okay.
And that's why you have it up here. See, exit value tracking is a project.
Yeah.
And you don't know how to oversee all of exit value tracking. That would mean you know how to do value squared. You know how to do like the blocks and all that's everything, right?
Yes.
Worker
I know how to do blocks.
You know how to do the quarter blocks?
Yes.
Well, why haven't you done one then? we need like 10 of them done. It's like I'm the only one who's done it.
She did the quarter one block with me. She does, yes.
Yeah, I did the quarter block.
I know, but I'm the one who did the quarter block as far as like making it happen, right? So if you guys want to do one of the other quarter blocks, please do it. It needs to happen as soon as possible if you know how to do it. But I can't sign in.
Okay.
You guys didn't do it. I did it. Right? So worker coordination, again, this is a project. There's like 15 different components of worker coordination. Recruitment, you're obviously just not doing that. Accounting finance, this is also a project, right? So these aren't responsibilities. So I think there's like might be some miscommunication in terms of like what a responsibility. So let's make sure we all understand, you know, what is a responsibility. The easiest place to find a responsibility would be on our buddy team schedule. So here is our new buddy team schedule. So if you click on the buddy team schedule and you go to info, which is way on the right side, we have a list of responsibilities. Here's our client responsibilities, our full team responsibilities, our overall priorities, our internal support verification, and there's also the Sonic task responsibilities. So here's a huge list of responsibilities, 300 of them. So choosing 5 should be pretty easy to do. And right here, you're just, I mean, these are all projects. And as an individual, you're not responsible for projects. So I mean, do you know how to do anything besides the monthly value tracking and the payroll support? I mean, I think the payroll support you're so close on. Like I would almost just like kind of like let that slide by, right? You know. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. We just need one more. So it's like, what part of worker coordination do you know how to do? What part of recruitment do you know how to do?
Recruitment. Well, we are doing. I don't know how to call it. We are recruiting people. You know, we are sending emails. We are.
So maybe we could call it recruitment communications.
Yes.
Communication emails. That sound good? You do know how to do that. So then we want it. So this needs to be organized. You need to do you know, responsibility organizing on this, and then we need to make sure that there's a link for that, and that everybody else can learn how to do recruitment communication emails.
Also, I've been training. I've been training Andreen in this, and I've been training Andreen in scheduling and calendars, and I've been training also, and I did some training with Jorge as well.
Right, so that would be another responsibility is scheduling and calendars, right? This is actually a project.
Yeah.
So basically, you know, this would be there's still a lot to learn here, so make that yellow. But you do have a clear responsibility here, which is updating the Google Calendar with the schedule and the schedule verification, right?
Yep.
Schedule. Or no, session. Wait, what is it? Schedule calendar verification. I don't know. Calendar verification spreadsheet. All right. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 responsibilities that you know how to do. Right, and then you also are getting involved in training, with recruitment training, schedule things. So this is going beyond just level 4, right? When you start getting into training, we're talking level 5 and other levels, right?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So, you know, I shouldn't have to do this. You should be able to do this yourself. I almost feel like just deleting it and making you do it all over again.
Okay.
You know, but it's like the point here is that it's not that difficult. Like if you just take, you know, 10 minutes and everybody just writes down the responsibilities they know how to do, not the projects, but the actual responsibilities that are actual work, right? That are happening regularly.
Yes.
Okay. And you're really close on the payroll support. So anyways, let's go back to our individual thing, and then we could say that yes, you are signed off to do 5 responsibilities. You got your HR proposal, your main buddy team, your secondary buddy teams. How are your secondary buddy teams coming?
Well, I think that my second buddy team will be Jorge and Nelly, because we are working a lot. So I think we are missing some things, but we are.
Yeah,
close.
so I would also add here, you know, primary, secondary buddy teams, or priority secondary buddy teams.
Yeah, it's Jorge and Jay.
So the idea that I'm the one working on this is just bothers me, right? It's like you should be on here and you should be writing it down right now. Like there's no reason why you can't be doing it right now.
Okay.
You know, like I shouldn't be the one having to work on your main doc. So it's like add your secondary buddy teams. Jorge and Nelly would be your priority one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Excellent. Thank you.
Then,
so anyways, I would say that this is still probably pretty low because, you know, we probably need to go through it all. So we'll leave it orange, but that's okay. Tech communications is good. Okay. What about recording, master note schedule, master list docs?
no, we are not doing that.
So you're not doing this?
No, recording, no.
Okay, so this would be like the number one thing that would be holding you back from getting to level 4.
So on the recording should be on English as well, right?
I mean, there's no policy on what language you have to speak. Like, you know, the fact that you guys know how to speak English is what's important to work in the English network, and the fact you know how to speak Spanish means that it's good. So. But the point is that it needs to be recorded, period. Right? If you're recording in Spanish, it needs to be documented as part of the Spanish network. And if you're recording in English, then it's documented in the English network. Like we're gonna have a budget for like Bengali, right? And we can pay people to do work for the Americas network and do work for the whole global network, but they do the work and report it in Bengali. It's perfectly fine, right? It's all the same global network. It doesn't matter what language, right? But you have to document the recordings within, and the documentation, if it's in a different language, it would go into a different language network document system.
Okay.
Yeah. But either way, we just need to get people on board. Maybe if we need to do more training on this, then we should prioritize this. Maybe we need to do that.
Okay.
All right, we just have 12 minutes from this topic.
Didn't someone say they have the link to the recording documentation that we were talking about earlier today?
I do not recall that.
Yeah, I mean, we went through the documentation recording, and then we were gonna. It might be in the Sonic session that we did. I don't know though. Budget tracking. I don't see it. It must have been somewhere else. Anyways, I asked Abdul to do that. I mean, someone could probably talk to him, like talk to Abdul on the recording document. Let me try one other place. So, buddy team, Lucy and Abdul, JJ, Lucy and Abdul. Maybe.
I think we should start moving to our next topic.
Yes.
Okay. Well, but I mean, I'm just really concerned here. I want to get Nelly to level 2, but it's like, how do we get you guys to take this seriously? Like, what do we need to do to get the recording, the master note scheduling, the master list docs going on? I mean, should we go through this
actually,
again,
we can start doing that. You know, the recording. And about the master note, what we are doing, we are doing taking our master notes in our buddy team notes. I don't know if that would be enough.
Well, that's just not what master note schedule is. So I mean, I think we just need to do a training on this. Let's make it a next step and do a training, and then next week maybe we can get people to level 4. You know, just like
okay, yeah, because I don't know exactly what you mean when you say master notes.
Yeah, I mean, I can show you right now. I mean, this is my master list of documents. So we have a global master list of documents. Every single document you create, you add it to the master list of documents. Very simple. And then every single day, I track everything that I do in a master schedule. So at 11 a.m. I did this, right? At 12 at noon I did this. At 2 p.m. I did this, right? You know, and you can have multiple meetings happening simultaneously, and this would all be within the Americas time. And so we all collectively add all of our collective notes, even if there's like 5 buddy teams all going on simultaneously. The collective master notes schedule includes all of the notes of all the meetings that are happening simultaneously. Does that make sense?
Oh, that's a master notes
and
schedule.
That's why
okay.
Another, you know, for the Earth session, we had 2 sets of notes. So there was the notes for the first session, the second session, then we had the umbrella notes. So the master note schedule is the umbrella notes for the whole day and the entire network. Right? And that's like the thing that's missing that people are not getting. And I've talked about this for months, but it's just like, as we evolve and we get more people, and we have like there are many times that we already have like 3 buddy teams going on simultaneously, and so you'd have 3 sets of notes, and the only way to be able to share and working together on those notes is everybody to be able to work on the master notes document, and that's where all of the links, all the notes, and then you can share notes between all of the buddy teams simultaneously within that space, so you don't even have to use Skype, right?
Yes.
Cool. So anyways, we'll get to that level. We'll get to the recordings. It's kind of a bummer that I don't have the link for that. Abdul was going to make that, but it's just kind of one of those. Actually, let's try really quick since we're on the topic. What we would do is we would go to the global network. So let's try going to the Andromeda super team. And the top of the Drama Super Team has the Americas network, not the global network. So we probably want to add the global network as we get more intertwined with the whole world. So then I go to the Americas network and I click on the global network, and I think I accidentally clicked on the FQN network. We want to click on the global network. Is it even here? We definitely need, like, one of the reasons why it's hard to find the documents is that our main docs are just like a mess, right? It's like we need to organize these. Let's add that to our long-term goals. Can someone add that, or do I have to do that?
We can add that.
Here, I'll do it.
Just a quick reminder, we're 2 minutes away from 3:30.
Yeah, so I mean, we really do need to organize our main doc and team docs. It's just like that would help so much. Like because people just throw links all over the place, and then when we ask people to link things, then they don't link them, and then it never happens, you know.
Okay.
So right now I'm just simply looking for the, I think it's the Asia doc. I think I might have linked it in my personal doc here too. I try to link all the important things in my main doc. All right, the weekly, okay, this is it right here. So this is the weekly master daily list of document logs. And this is the link here. I'll link it into our notes. Everybody should really like have this in their main doc, really.
Okay.
So if we go back here, this is the weekly global daily list of documents, and it's like a log. It's like a log of all the list of all the documents that have been made. Right, to my list of documents that I did, for example, for yesterday, these are the docs that I made. I go to Wednesday, June 5th, and I add mine. So here are all the documents that were made yesterday. Of course, this probably is incomplete. Probably other people made docs, but every single doc that was made this day should be listed here for the entire network. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So Tuesday, July 4th. This is Tuesday, July 4th, all of my docs here. Then we have here. So what I'm looking for is to see if...
I think we didn't know about this.
Well,
no, we didn't.
Well, we've mentioned it before. It just didn't really connect, and we talked about the master daily schedule. So the vocabulary is a little different. Like we changed the vocabulary to... I always change in the vocabulary to make it clearer to people when people don't get things, right? So the new vocabulary is the global weekly daily list of documents, and this is a log of the list of documents. And then there's also daily master notes schedule, and that's the new vocabulary, is because the daily master notes schedule has the actual times of when things happened, so that you can synchronize them between all the different places across the world. Versus this it doesn't matter what time it was at, it's just the list of the documents, and this is notes, so you can actually have like all the details and the notes and what's going on, whereas this is just the links. Okay? And this is a lot easier to do, just doing the links, but it's much less important. The actual master note schedule is much more important and useful. Cool. So I don't see what I was looking for, which was basically the document of all of the Julie and Benji. Let me try Abdul, Lucy, and Asif. Could this be it? No, definitely not. All right, anyways, let's move on. Ready? Nelly, do you want to take us on? Word?
Sure, I'm just checking this. Okay, let's go to the next topic, which is, give me just 1 second.
I guess we can look at my up level 4.
I'm always there. Okay, the next topic will be client evolution. Okay, we will discuss this topic for over 10 minutes.
Okay,
who would like to start with client evolution?
Steve just brought up a point that maybe we should just spend a minute going over Steve's. Did you update your Steve?
Oh, yes, I did.
Okay, well, since Steve put in the time, let's take a moment to do Steve. Okay? Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Are you guys okay with that?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right, because this is important, right? So we got availability schedule. Steve's availability is a lot. Excellent. So we got us a Steve's availability schedule. Done, yes. List of responsibilities. All right, so these are very, very broad. So communications, outreach, finance. So I mean, most of these would be projects. So I mean, the easiest thing for me would be like, you know, responsibilities, and these would be lists of priority projects.
Okay.
So we still probably want to do a better list of responsibilities, but at least you listed something, right? I mean, they're definitely, the list is there, but we couldn't sign off on it because they just need to be things that we can confirm that you know how to do. But we can go through it briefly. So communications is huge, and I mean, we're not even, we probably haven't even hit like 10% of it. Outreach is huge as well, and we haven't really started there, but obviously you're doing some outreach stuff. Exit finance and budget. So here we can give an example of, you know how to do the liabilities updating, liabilities budget updating, right? I mean, this is huge. This is very important, right? Oops, wrong thing. So social media, it's like you want to take that on, but it's like we haven't really covered it yet.
Well, we know, but yeah, if nobody else knows, and I do know how to do it.
True, but the question is, what are you gonna do, right? So.
Well, that's what we're gonna schedule a communications meeting for exactly. All this stuff.
Well, see, that's a good thing is like, you know, communications meeting, convening and coordination, right? So part of worker coordination. Right? So this is like, you obviously know how to do this. Have you done it yet? No, but you're working on it, right? You're doing it. It's gonna happen. You know, that's good. Anyways, there's plenty of other things that you know how to do. Like communications probably has 100 responsibilities involved in communications, right? Outreach, there's probably at least a couple dozen, right? So there's no question that you know how to do this stuff. It's just a matter of getting it listed here under responsibilities, so that we all are clear what it is. So anyways, we go through that right now, but let's just see what else we got. Part of it is just the simply, if the people who are in charge, like remember, once you have independence and you have a session, anybody in the world can come to that session. So you have to be ready. Oh, that's another thing we need to do is, yeah, I think the buddy team here.
And I will start with the recording as of my next session.
Public interaction. This is important. That'll be yes on this. Hey, Nelly, how do you feel about public interaction?
I do like public interaction.
Well, no, if someone randomly showed up on your session, because we're all publicly accountable and all sessions and buddy teams are accessible publicly, would you know how to answer their questions and be able to interact with the public?
I do think that we should be publicly, because of the network is built. I think we should have public interaction.
Yeah, well, we have to have public interaction. But how about you, Steve? Do you feel like you would be pretty good?
Yeah, I'm more than happy with anybody can come to my session.
Yeah, but you feel like you would know the basic answers to the questions that we've gone over, like, you know, what is the African Community Network?
Yes.
You know, how do you get involved?
Yes.
All right, let's start with
yes.
All right, let's start with how would I get involved if I want to get involved and either do an internship or get paid?
You can go to unity.net, and find out the Unity Network there, the FQN and Unity Network, and gladly feel free to fill out our, information form, and somebody will get back to you.
All right, that's a good answer, and that will work. The better answer is to have them fill out the simple intake form, which we have on the personnel doc. Cool. anyways, I think that you would be pretty fine on doing that. And then, of course, you just break people up into buddy teams as needed, and we're good on that. All right, and we're really close with Steve. We're really close with Nelly. I think we can get you level 4 next week. I think we can get me to level 5 next week. And, you know, Lucy's really close. I can't imagine Jorge not being really close. You know, let's just get this stuff done, get everybody up a level, and then we're going to be getting a bunch of new people who will come in at level 3, and we got to train them. Okay?
Yes.
Cool. Let's move on. All right, Nelly, where were we? Sorry.
Okay, so let's move on to the next topic, which is client evolution, and we will discuss about this topic about 10 minutes from now.
Okay, I'm jumping in as a facilitator. I mean, we could just skip this and go to the budget. Basically, the discussion of client evolution is like, you know, important in the context that it has to do with the money, and this discussion, like billing, planning, reporting, like how are we going to deal with like really moving forward the client relationship when they're asking us to do a lot more work.
Okay, we can do budget, of course.
Yeah, do you guys want to jump to the budget?
Sure.
We'll get back to the client evolution next week or whatever in buddy teams. So budget. Do you want me to do budget?
Yes, please.
So there's two things to budget. There's the team budget where we have, I think we have $1,000. I think, right? There's also this task of finding the budget that we approved at the question mark global session. Do you guys remember passing the budget? It was like a $20,000 budget. Does anyone remember this?
I remember it. I don't know where it is.
No, no.
It was.
Neither do I.
No.
It was either like a Mercury session or it was like a full moon session. It was some sort of like executive level session. Let me look really quickly at the global structure and see, because I think it might have been the executive.
I'm in the club thing.
So it says our executive team would be the Venus session. Do you guys remember having a Venus session? Monday, June 12th, Venus session. I think this is it. So we had the Venus FQN experience. I think that's why I didn't find it, is because the FQN experience and the actual Venus session are in the same notes. I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
So current budget approved. Board passed to Isaac. Okay, that was that. The new budget. All right, $15,000 to $20,000 overall. A little in the red. FQN account. New budget spreadsheet. Wow. Well, that's. All right, this is it. Awesome. Okay, so this is the budget that we were talking about here. So Andromeda team has $1,500. And if we do 70% of that, it's $1,050. 70% is equal to 1,050. So basically our options is twofold. So option number one is to basically pass a budget now, or two, to transfer the budget to the global full moon session.
So we're going to do the, okay.
If we don't pass a budget, we can basically keep that money and say we're going to use it in our own way, and that the global session doesn't have access to it. So, for example, every single session globally that doesn't actually do anything with their money, like all these quintins, this $400 for quintins, Like that money, the full moon session can't just use that money. So that money is for those quintins, right? So we have $1,050. Let's just look at the budget real quick of what we're talking about with the team. So there's Steve and Andreen. Does Steve and Andreen, do you guys have a combined buddy team proposal yet?
No, I was going to talk to Andreen later today.
And then there's Jorge, Nelly, Anacleta. So Jorge, Nelly, Anacleta is $1,491.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is above the amount. $1,491. So another option is like getting money from somewhere else. Like I think last time we transferred it from tick session or whatever. But basically, this is how decentralized distributed models of budgeting work, where like, the Atlantic team has $500, so the Atlantic team could potentially transfer their $500 to the Andromeda team, but also the Atlantic team has their $500, right? So
yes.
It's just a matter of getting
part of the problem.
Organized.
I'm sorry. I'll let you finish.
Oh, the Pacific team might even be easier to do that as well. But we can basically just send it to the global team and then just create one global budget and not worry about it at this time.
Actually, I think that for these month, for July, August, it was less, isn't it? For us, it was like 13,000. I don't know. Oh.
We had it was a little bit more. It was like 2,000, so it went down to 1,500.
Okay.
And that we're splitting it up between some of the other.
Okay.
Other ones. So. But the point here is that we don't have any problem on the budget side. I mean, the budget's going to be fine for the next month. Okay, so that's the good news. But we need to challenge ourselves on how to work on the team budgets, because we can't just give every team like $2,000. You know what I mean?
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
Part of the problem that we're having is a lot of us. I mean, my budget comes out of RICO, so it doesn't affect me so much. But a lot of the people are on multiple teams, but their budget is coming out of one team.
Yeah, which is perfectly fine.
Might be putting a strain on some of those, individual team budgets also. Nelly works on more than one team, and Dreen works on more than one team sometimes. Some of the, James works on multiple teams, but their budget is coming out of one. And that might be.
Let's talk a little bit about the evolution of the structure, because I think this will be helpful. So currently, the Atlantic session's like 3 hours. The America session's like 4 hours, right? The Pacific is like 2 hours, right? We're going to be evolving and these are like these old kind of quadrant octant, right? We're going to be evolving to the quintant structure. And with the new quintant structure, each one is going to be 4.8 hours, because that's what 24 divided by 5 is, 4.8. Let's just double check it just to make sure. I like to triple check everything. So 24 divided by 5 is 4.8 hours. So 4.8 hours is a long time. I mean, that's like basically 5 hours, right? When you add in the overlap, right, it's basically a 6-hour day, right? Which is our day, right? So once you start looking at the quintant structure, there's going to be a lot less overlap of people being involved in multiple quintants, because it's enough hard to be involved in 3 quintants. I mean, that would be like, 18-hour days. Does that make sense?
But it doesn't all have to be on the same day. I mean, I work. Some days I work in Andromeda every day. Some days I work in Andromeda and Sonic. Some days I work in Andromeda and Pacific. Some days, maybe I work Atlantic and Sonic. There's a big time difference between them, and but you're still gonna have multiple people sometimes on the same, working different teams on one budget. So we have to, think about that also, and maybe splitting their money out of more than one budget.
Yeah, but just to make sure people are clear, it's the difference between a secondary buddy team and your main buddy team. Like your main buddy team, you may not spend a lot of time with your main buddy team, but it's the foundation of your pay, right? Your main buddy team is responsible for your life needs of getting paid and making sure your relationship to the network is sound, right? Whereas your secondary buddy teams is like where you actually do your work. So within the quintet and the quadrant, super team structure, you may be involved in multiple teams, but the team that is like your primary team.
Right. What I'm saying is we're taking money out of multiple teams. When people are working in multiple teams, they're working more hours. So we're finding it harder to pay them when their pay comes out of one team. It's putting a strain on individual team budgets. It's not something that's actually important in second. It was just something that's bringing up as a point. That's all. The bookkeeper in me comes out every now and then.
Well, that's an interesting concept. I don't really think about it like that. Like people's time isn't really associated directly with the team. Another example would be the RICO budget. So the RICO legal architecture budget is what is my pay, right? So every time I pay you or I pay someone else, it's basically that's money coming out of money that would have otherwise been able to go to me, right? So
Yes.
Exactly.
So it's not a stable budget. So you as your buddy team, specifically Steve and Andreen, you want to get into a team budget. Like the one-time non-permanent RICO legal architecture budget is just it's not stable, right? So you want to get into a team budget, and that's where people want to be. And then we want to stabilize the whole budget by getting more investment and the whole 9 yards, right? So the only reason that you're not in a team budget is simply because we don't have a lot of money and we have to like save on resources. And so you didn't fit.
I understand all that. You didn't get my point, but it's not important at this point. It might become when we have more people and more people spread out. Right now, it's not that important. Let it go.
Yeah, but there were one single network. So if you get paid like through your buddy team, you may never work with your main buddy team partner because your main buddy team partner might be halfway across the world or whatever, but you meet once a month just to update your buddy team schedule. So you don't necessarily need to work with the person that's paying you. Just like RICO, I mean, you don't.
That's another thing.
No?
Maybe you'll insinuate this way. The Andromeda team, but the Andromeda team's full budget, not every individual, the full budget of the Andromeda team. If I was on the I'm not. But the full budget of the Andromeda team is paying for my work time on the Sonic team when I'm working on the Sonic team. And if I'm on the Sonic team and I'm working on the Andromeda, vice versa. We're just talking about team budgets and then we're stretching the team budgets. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, but again, think about it as one, like the whole structure is evolving to be one single global core team that has a bunch of sub-teams. Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Basically, what we need is one budget. We all get paid off for one budget, right?
But that's not how it's going to work because of the decentralized global budget.
I'm sorry, team. We still have there like 10 minutes before 4.
All right, let's end it. And this is future further discussion.
Okay, so basically, our options again are either to pass the budget now, like we could potentially pass Andreen and Steve into the budget if we wanted to. Or we could transfer the money to the global full moon session, or 3, we can like keep the money and not allow the full moon to make decisions. So are we just gonna basically transfer to the full moon session and just have it part of the whole budget?
Okay, I would say to transfer the budget to global full moon sessions. For me, it would be number 2 and number 3.
Well, these are very different, right? Number 3 means that we don't allow the full moon to use it, and so we would keep it ourselves, but we're not going to spend it. So I mean, I think number 2 is perfectly fine. Like, is anyone against number 2?
Number 2 is fine for me.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So I think we're in agreement here, right? No
Pass a
objection?
budget now to transfer whatever. Yeah, I think.
So basically what we're saying is we're giving up control of our budget, and we're going to discuss it on Sunday at 4 a.m. UTC.
Yeah.
Cool. And just so you guys know, we to create the budget, we're breaking up into 2 separate full teams, right? And there's going to be the Americas full team and the global full team. And each one has about 7 to 8 people in each team. And these will be the budgets that are going to be organized. So these are our budgets. We're going to have 2 full team budgets. That's all going to be part of the same overall core team individual budget for the whole world global core team. All right? All right. So in this, does anyone want to help with this? Like I know that Steve, you said you would help with this some.
What is the sound? Is it coming from you, Jay?
Oh, maybe.
I don't think so. It's like feedback.
Yeah, there's some weird feedback going on.
Okay.
It's like someone is not wearing a headset, so you can hear like the S sound.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So new team budget. And Steve, does anyone else want to help with this besides me and Steve? We need to get ready for Sunday.
Sure. I would like to help with that.
Awesome. Great. So let's make sure that gets into the schedule for the budget.
The budget.
And then you have the full moon session right here.
Okay.
All right, let's check out. I think we're good. Nelly, or someone, do you guys want to do checkouts?
Sure. Well, I'm going to check out. I think this was a good meeting. We went through a lot.
Nelly? Did we lose you? Hello?
I think so.
Very eager to check on that.
Sorry, Nelly, we lost you after you said we went through a lot.
Oh, sorry. Very eager for the trainings to level up, to do the things correctly, like the recordings and the master and the scheduling, master's scheduling, or that thing Jay showed us today. So I'm eager to learn how to do that and start doing it, so we can start level up and do that with my buddy teams as well. So I think that's it. I'm going to dye my hair and tech.
Am I facilitating or are you facilitating, Nelly?
Yeah. So who wants to go next? Okay.
I'll go next. As usual, the meeting is always a very good meeting. Some stuff that I didn't know that I picked up on today, and I'm going to make a concerted effort to get myself up to level 4 before the next meeting. I look forward to getting the communications team going. And that's a broad, big thing, but it's got to get done, and it's time for me to step up and do it. And that's about it.
James, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I can go next. So today the session was good. I had a bit of a problem with my headphones. They are functioning now, and I'm a bit tired. That's why today I wasn't contributing much as I did during the Atlantic session. Tomorrow I'm still attending the training on APIs. So kind of great. Anyway, thanks guys for today's session. And as I always say that we are just getting there. We are always getting organized every day. So it's good that every time we do a session, I get a bit of good news when it comes to the issues concerning the team. So thank you guys. and check.
Okay. So, Jorge.
Sure. I was having a little problem around half of the session because my shoulder was like really hurting me. So yeah, right now I think I'll try to get to the. I have a class now, and then I have a therapy session, but that will be for today. I'm just gonna call it early today because I'm real tired. And yeah, as long for the session, always good to find that you can get new things, learn new things, even though we thought we were getting there. There's always a new high mountain to reach. That'll be for me. Check.
Okay, Jay.
Yeah, this was a good session. It's I had this vision that we'd all be just ready to take it to the next level and everything. And I think one of the things that's really exciting about what's going on with EXA right now is they recruited about 8 or 9 more, at least 5 to 7 more people. And these are just really amazing, awesome, wonderful people that are just bringing a lot of new, exciting energy. And I think that is I think you guys will see that when we get and do outreach and recruit more people in, it's actually going to bring a lot of momentum and excitement and just energy into our group. Just we can't do everything on our own, and it's I don't think we should try. So let's prioritize that, and I think that'll help us a lot too, and we'll be able to meet more of the goals that we've set out. So, but yeah, I'm excited.
Right.
Okay. Right. We are not missing anyone, right? So that's it for our checkouts. All right. Thank you, everyone.
I'll be working on the value tracking and.
Okay, we are ending just in time. That's very weird for us because we usually go a little bit farther on the hour.
It means we had really good facilitators.
Thank you so much for the training.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that I think that we really need to step up,
Yeah. So I'm working on the master task master and responsibility master list here. Getting all our responsibilities organized.
Yes. Okay, so I need to get to the beauty salon. That's
what color are you dyeing your hair, Nelly?
I just blonde.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just going to be blonde again because they people say that blondes have more fun. So I'm going to see if that's true. So
okay. See you tomorrow, guys.
Gotta get going. See you tomorrow.
Ciao.
Thank you. Bye.
Jay.
Yeah.
The next step, go to the master topics list, right? For the next meeting.
The next step, go to the master topic list. What?
Right?
The next meeting, master topic list. What?
Next steps, go to the master topics list.
So for the are you talking about the master document updating?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, the next steps, well, all of the priority topics, you take all the priority topics and the next steps and copy and paste it into the master topic list. Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. All right.
And the next steps obviously would be prioritized at the top because those are the most important things or whatever we didn't cover, you know?
Right. Okay. I got it. Just double checking. I made one mistake there. I don't want to do another one.
All good, thanks. I'm working on the session task responsibility verification sheet.
I think we're working together for an hour later also, okay?
Great.
Yeah, because I'm on the Pacific today. Oh, and I don't know if you actually looked at my availability, but there's three different Sonic sessions where it says Jay and nobody or Jay and other people. I put that as available on my schedule. So if I'm available and you're not on there with somebody, I'll pop in and join you.
Yeah, your general availability is like Your general availability is more like when you are generally available, even though you're not necessarily scheduled, right? Includes both your scheduled time and
Of course,
time.
but I put down my, my schedule to, when I'm available. Like I'm available to any Andromeda, any of the 4 hours. I make it my business not to have anything to do from 3 to 7, although I know from 6 to 7, we usually, do stuff like this. I'm doing paperwork, you're doing paperwork. I'll have something to eat in the next hour, But Sonic, I have 2 nights that I'm giving them as my general indefinite availability, Monday and Tuesday. But Friday and Saturday, when nobody's scheduled with you, I'm not always going to be home. So I said as available.
Yeah.
If I'm home tonight, and I mean on Friday night, and I have nothing, going on, and you're on there with nobody on the schedule, I'll join you. It'll work, But I didn't want to commit to those 2 nights, but it is the weekend. And as I'm getting ready, look, I have a lot of friends who want me to come over, especially now for barbecues, because they don't know when they'll see me next. So, projects, responsibilities. So the responsibilities goes on the master responsibilities list. Even if they've been there already. I come up with a way that my slow internet doesn't read it, so I can make it work real time on docs. On Hangouts on my phone, and I have all the docs and everything over on the computer in front of me. So I get on my computer, so and I can still read what you're doing. So it's a little easier. So I get high speed internet.
All right, man. I'll be back in like 50 minutes.
Right.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, just make yourself a note in case I forget that the master voice index, the master voice template is that Abdul has to change the ownership over.
Recording one. Isn't that the recording one you were talking about?
Yeah, that he has to change it over.
That's the one. That's the document I was looking for. Is the recording document? That's the one I was talking about. That link.
It's the top document in the main important docs on the Andromeda 16 doc.
Oh, the template voice session. Oh, okay. So if I
got it now?
Yeah.
Right, that's the one I used. That's why I don't understand.
Oh yeah, you're right. Abdul is the owner. Yeah,
I tried using either the bottom 2 of me switching it over to give us access.
Yeah.
Because we didn't even wasn't even in the community or the.
Cool. So I'm gonna add that. I'm gonna add that to the task list. Make sure Abdul switches over template voice.
No, I would change that. Then make sure it has to be a topic in every main section that all docs have to be owned. We know on this team, but that it have to be owned by either the American Internet or one of them.
Yeah.
Not by the individual person making the doc.
Yeah.
Because that can be true. Well, that can be true. If we're open, that has to be true of every doc.
Cool. Yeah.
That has to be true of all the docs.
Yeah, right now there's 3 approved accounts. There's the Jay's Life. There's the Community America. Oh, there's UnityNet Global as well, right? And then so there's 4. There's 4
that's
accounts.
not on the list. The only ones on the list are the 2 that I put on that doc today, and I think the UnityNet or Unity Life. I don't think Jay's Life is on there. It might be. I don't remember.
Well,
Yeah,
Jay's
I
Life
really
is
don't
one
get
of the
it.
approved ones just because it's accessible. So, anyways, I will be in touch in about 50 minutes. I'll be back. Okay.
All right.
All right. Ciao. it.